Hello everyone. Today I will show you the mistakes made in the 10,000 Cup. Let's begin. I can say that P.E.K.K.A. Bridge is an easily defensible deck because I've played it a lot. I usually start with Bandit or Royal Ghost because they require few elixirs, and I prepare for attack or defense based on which cards the enemy plays from their deck. Easy defense.
The story begins with Simon, a poor shoemaker who lives in a small village with his wife Matriona and their children. He works hard.
The enemy can place anything in front of P.E.K.K.A., so I'll position the magic archer like this. But it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to.
But he barely earns enough to survive. Winter is approaching, and Simon dreams of buying a warm sheepskin coat to protect himself from the cold.
An electro wizard and a bandit.
To afford the coat, Simon goes to collect money that villagers owe him. He walks from house to house, hoping to receive payment. However, each debtor either refuses or asks for more time.
Okay, it won't hit that tower.
Disappointed and frustrated,
Let's try an attack.
Simon realizes he does not have enough money. Cold, tired, and discouraged, Simon begins walking home. He feels hopeless and
He made a huge mistake here. The Royal Ghost was going to kill the barbarians and threw the oven there, giving me the chance to poison him. If he had thrown it here, the tower wouldn't have taken so much damage.
bitter. He even questions why life is so unfair to someone who works honestly and diligently. On his way back near a church, Simon notices a strange sight, a nearly naked young man sitting against the wall in the freezing cold. The man looks weak but calm. At first, Simon is frightened and walks past him. As he continues walking, his conscience troubles him.
Continue with P.E.K.K.A.
He feels ashamed for ignoring someone in need. After struggling with himself, Simon turns back. He approaches the young man and sees that he is freezing. Without fully understanding why, Simon removes his own coat and gives it to the stranger. Then he helps him up and takes him home. When they arrive, Matriona is angry. The family already struggles to survive, and now Simon has brought home another mouth to feed. She scolds him for his irresponsibility. However, when she sees the stranger's condition and looks into his gentle eyes, her heart softens. She gives him food and clothing. At that moment, the stranger, whose name is Michael, smiles for the first time. Michael does not explain where he came from. He is quiet and humble. Soon, Simon allows him to work in the workshop. Surprisingly, Michael learns shoemaking extremely quickly and becomes highly skilled. Business improves, customers are satisfied, and Simon's household becomes more stable. Yet Michael remains silent most of the time, observing people carefully and smiling occasionally in a mysterious way. One day, a rich and arrogant man orders a pair of strong boots that should last for years. Michael looks at the man's face attentively and smiles slightly.
I was expecting this.
Instead of making heavy boots as ordered, Michael makes soft slippers. Simon becomes worried, thinking the rich man will be furious. Shortly afterward, news arrives that the rich man has suddenly died. The slippers are exactly what is needed for his burial. Michael smiles again. Later, a woman comes to
Easy game.
the shop with two little orphaned girls. She explains that their mother died during childbirth and their father died soon after.
One of the worst mistakes you can make in this game is trying to attack without knowing your opponent's deck.
Although she is poor herself, she decided to raise the children as her own. Hearing this story of compassion and sacrifice, Michael smiles for the third time. His face begins to shine with a heavenly light. Finally, Michael reveals the truth. He is an angel sent by God. He had been commanded to take the soul of a young mother, but when he saw her begging for her children's lives, he disobeyed out of pity. As punishment, God
I love applying pressure on both sides like this because the opponent can only hold one side.
sent him to earth to learn three truths: what lives in man, what is not given to man, and what do men live by. Michael explains that he learned the first truth when Matriona showed kindness. Love lives in man. He learned the second truth from the rich man's death. Man is not given knowledge of his own needs or his future. He learned the third truth from the woman who adopted the orphans. People do not live by caring for themselves alone, but by love. Having learned these lessons, Michael's angelic form is restored. Filled with light, he departs, leaving Simon and his family in awe. The story ends with a powerful message. Human beings do not live by bread, wealth, or strength alone. They live by love. Through this simple yet profound tale, told Tolstoy teaches that compassion and selfless love are the true foundations of human life.
Whatever he throws, he'll hit it right on the mark.
Good, and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Yeah, my phone's lighting up, but I'm just gonna let it ring. Is it the liquor in my system? My desires not so real. Got me caught up in this rhythm. Draw me in and make me feel. Draw me in and make me feel. Draw me in and make me feel. Make me feel.
Here, the mistake is mine. I gave the tower to the man as a gift.